Most High, whose true name in Hebrew is Yahweh, in the name of his only begotten Son, whose true name in Hebrew is Yahweh Shai, and the Holy Spirit, which is the Rakak Wadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles, and the Holy Spirit, who taught us his truth. Honors to the brethren that's doing the work to push the gospel, risking their life and freedom to do so. Peace and blessings to the hopeful elect of the true nation of Israel. Shalom, we back with another lesson through the power and spirit of Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shah. I think the lesson is going to be titled, Most People Will Get the RFID Microchip Due to Unemployment and Different Crises and Disasters. So yeah, most people will get the RFID microchip, which is the mark of the beast, simply due to unemployment and different disasters. Which if you ask most people on the earth right now, most people will tell you, hell no, they're not going to get the mark of the beast. But what they don't know is Esau going to put them in different situations where it's damn near impossible to make it through. And that's going to lead to most people getting an RFID microchip, which is the mark of the beast. All right, so I got a handful of videos we're going to watch. And, we kind of talk about them as we watch them and talk about how that can be used as a bridge to the mark of the beast. So let's start out with this first video clip.
An update now on the extreme flooding out of Kenya. Officials say 40 people have died in western Kenya after a dam collapsed there. It comes as the death toll in the country surpasses 100 due to flooding. This is an aerial view of that flooded river, the Tana River. The Red Cross there says 23 people were rescued after a boat capsized after heading to a village. More people are missing. The extreme flooding is causing schools to postpone their second terms, and nearby Tanzania and Burundi are also dealing with extreme.
All right, over 100 people died in Kenya because a dam collapsed, and that resulted in extreme flooding, and that led to the death of many people. But also what they're not talking about is a bunch of people unemployed, not able to work. What does this got to do with us? Well, there's dams here in America, and there's a particular dam in Utah that has a big crack in it. A team of experts assessed the integrity of the Panguitch Lake Dam on Monday and determined the structure could potentially collapse after they found cracking on the upper portion of the dam. Newsweek reported the crack extends 60 feet long, the crack at the upper section of the dam. So the report came on this about 2 months back that this dam has a crack and could collapse. That's going to result in what? A lot of flooding, a lot of death, a lot of unemployment. And then if you take that in conjunction with heavy rainfall, a hurricane season, we remember the West Coast is flooded out there. And I think also too, New York and other places has flooded. Different parts of America has been flooding at different times. So if you take this flooding with a dam collapse, that would be what? A crisis, a disaster. Unemployment. Then that Esau going to use these disasters as different bridges for the RFID microchip, which is the mark of the beast. Now let's get the next video clip.
Oh my God. This is the Vanish holster.
This nigga Esau, bro. Man, you see the video. Flooding is everywhere. You know, the airport flooded. You know, they're using the airplane to skid across the water. Now, what's the point of this video? Dubai is primarily a desert. And you see everything was completely underwater. So the people in Dubai was prepared for anything except the flood. But that's the point. The Lord is visiting the earth. And the Lord could touch any part of the earth any way he wants. He can touch a desert environment and flood it. He could take a tropical wet climate and turn it into a desert. So you can never really plan for what the Lord is about to do. Expect the unexpected. But that's the thing. That's what a disaster and a crisis is. It's something unexpected happening. And Esau is going to use these different disasters as an opportunity to present the RFID microchip to the people, which is the mark of the beast. And you know, we done seen extreme weather over here in America too. You know, forest fires, droughts, flooding, polar vortex. You remember the West Coast got like 12 feet of snow over the period of a couple weeks. I remember the levees broke in Louisiana back in like 2008 or so, 2004. And that was what? A crisis, a disaster. And all of that leads to what? Unemployment. The perfect opportunity for Esau, Edom, the white man, to present to you the mark of the beast, just to get your life back on track. Because that's all people be concerned with when stuff go down. They just want to get their life back on track. They just want to get back to normal.
Good evening. A weekend of already devastating weather may be about to get even worse. Residents in the Midwest bracing for a brutal second round after a massive tornado outbreak on Friday. Take a look at this video. A tornado tearing across a highway in Lincoln, Nebraska. And just as terrifying as seeing it, hearing it. Tornadoes tore through parts of Iowa and Nebraska, leaving massive damage in their wake.
This nigga Esau.
Their wake. This is the view from above. Much of the neighborhood in Omaha totally leveled. And from the ground, you can see just how powerful they were. Only foundations stand where entire houses were just hours ago. All in all, as many as 80 possible tornadoes touched down on Friday. And the next wave has already begun. This is a twister on the ground in Oklahoma late today. As forecasters fear there may be even more tonight. We are covering it all tonight, and we begin with Jesse Kirsch in hard-hit Iowa.
Violent twisters shooting debris into the sky.
Violent tornado, guys! Violent!
In all, dozens of tornado reports across multiple states since Friday. And tonight, one area after another has been reduced to rubble.
I don't know where we go from here.
In Iowa, the city of Minden was gutted.
The house is gone. Foundation's the only thing left.
From the air, you can see block after block of devastation.
Here in Minden, officials say this ravaged home is in the middle of a street. It's supposed to be yards away on this foundation, and you can see it is hardly the only building badly damaged.
So yeah, you know, 80 tornadoes in one day. Not to mention, you got hurricane season coming up shortly. And Esau said that he's going to have to make a new category for hurricanes. A category 5 is the strongest. Esau has now said he got to make a category 6. So everything from the earthquakes to the snowstorms, to the tornadoes, to the hurricanes, all of that is intensifying, leading to what? To a crisis. You know, people losing jobs, losing their homes, losing loved ones, losing everything that they own. You know, and ultimately what? Unemployment. So what? The perfect opportunity for the RFID microchip. All right, let's get to the next video. And we see the title here, which I want to read this title. Texas water facility hit by water attack. And experts think it's linked to Russian hackers. So a water attack, but a cyber attack. A cyber attack on the water in a specific city.
by a cyber attack, and right now experts think that Russian hackers could be. Water facility hit by a cyber attack, and right now experts think that Russian hackers could be to blame for this. The hack caused a water tank to overflow for about 45 minutes in the small town of Muleshoe. That's in the Texas Panhandle. Officials eventually took the machine offline and switched it to manual. Meanwhile, suspicious activity was also picked up on networks in 3 other towns nearby.
All right, plain and simple. So, if it ain't natural disasters, as Esau call them, causing different disasters, catastrophes, and unemployment, something simple as a cyber attack on a water facility, the water treatment plant, that can put a specific town or people into a state of emergency. An entire city, an entire town with no water, or a cyber attack on the grid, an entire city or many cities with no power, with no cell phone service, with no internet, leading to what? Unemployment. You pretty much losing everything. So what? Being the opportunity for the RFID microchip, which is the mark of the beast. All right. So again, there's been many cyber attacks too. Cyber attacks even hit the pharmacy. Imagine that. The millions of Americans can't get their medicine. That would be sort of a crisis for the country. But what? Perfect opportunity for the RFID microchip. But let's get this next video. And this is from the brother Zadok Aram, edifying brother. Here's his YouTube, so subscribe and be edified. But we're going to get this next video real quick. Because, a disaster, a crisis is not just limited to natural disasters or cyber attacks. But check this out.
Dollar Tree closing 600 stores this year. CVS closing 900 stores. Through the end of this year, Walgreens closing 150 stores. Outback Steakhouse has already closed 40 of its restaurants. UPS is cutting 12,000 jobs in 2024. Citigroup cutting 20,000 positions as well. eBay, why not? 1,000 jobs lost there. Microsoft cutting 1,900 positions. Expedia cutting 1,500. Cisco cutting 4,000. Apple cutting 600. It's entertainment too. Regal Cinemas closing 429 locations. Kroger's grocery store chain shutting down 413 stores. It's not affordable to be in retail anymore. Foot Locker closing 400 stores by 2026. Macy's will close 150 locations by 2026. Walmart, already this year, has closed 6 of its supercenters. While the U.S. Senate has passed nearly $100 billion to send to other countries that Joe Biden just signed yesterday.
So the point of that, there's a economic crisis, and what we got from this, that it would be a whole bunch of unemployment. So what? People not being able to provide for themselves and their families, not able to maintain that cost of living that they had previously. So what? A perfect opportunity to present to people the RFID microchip. Now, for example, she said 413 Krogers are going to close. Let's say if each Kroger's got 50 people, 50 employees. So now you got to take 413 Kroger stores and multiply it by 50 people. That's how many people ought to be without money, without a job. And, 20,000 jobs getting cut at eBay, everything from the movie theaters to a shoe store. All these different jobs closing. So what, on a personal level, that would be unemployment. But when you got that many people unemployed, that's a state of emergency for the people in America. Because that means a bunch of people not going to be able to pay their bills, going to be evicted, going to be out on the streets, crime gonna go up. But see, we got information that topped the information she got. Every single job in America about to close in the blackout. And people think the blackout gonna be for a few hours. Some people think it's gonna be for a day. You got some people that even speak about a 3-day nationwide blackout. Well, Patrick Humphreys did a little video. I ain't watched it yet, but he's saying it's gonna be a year-long blackout. So imagine no power in America for a year. There is no work. Everybody gonna be unemployed. Everybody gonna be broke. You know, everybody gonna damn near be homeless because nothing in your homes are gonna work. So that could be another kind of crisis. All right, so hey, we gonna get this next video.
Troubled base Philadelphia Bank Republic First Bank was collapsed and was seized by state regulators.
Hey, regulators closed Philadelphia-based Republic Bank. First bank failure this year. So the banks are still failing. So imagine how many people bank at certain banks. People got hundreds of thousands to millions of dollars in the bank. Corporations got millions to billions of dollars in the bank just for a bank to fail, to collapse. All that money gone, creating what? A state of emergency for the people. All right, so we're going to get this first precept. Isaiah 29:6. Thou shalt be visited of the Lord of hosts with thunder, with earthquake, with great noise, with storm and tempest and flame of devouring fire. So we've seen the increase of what the world calls natural disasters, hurricanes, tornadoes, drought, forest fires, etc. This is the Lord visiting the earth. And Esau is going to use these natural disasters to catch these people up in the middle of these disasters to present to them the RFID microchip. All right, so now we're going to get our next precept. There's going to be Isaiah 19:15. Neither shall there be any work for Egypt, which the head or tail, branch or rush may do. Yeah, because in the forest fires, that burnt up a lot of land. Probably burnt up a lot of places of employment. As well as earthquakes, floods, tornadoes, hurricanes, you know, that could lead to no work for Egypt. And then we saw about the cyber attacks, the various cyber attacks that can lead to what? No work for Egypt, which is America. So from the natural disasters to the cyber attacks to the banks collapsing, that leading to what? No work for Egypt. Not to mention, you got a lot of these corporations cutting back on employment anyway, shutting down stores, super centers, different locations. All right, so now we're going to jump to the book of Job. Matter of fact, we're going to jump to this article real quick. Which this article came out, I think last year. We all taught on it, but we're going to bring it back out. The WEF says CBDCs, central bank digital currencies, must be implanted under your skin if you want to participate in society. The World Economic Forum has declared that all citizens must be implanted with a CBDC microchip in the very near future in order to be able to fully participate in society and do basic things such as purchase food and water. According to Professor Richard, in the very near future, citizens will need to use the latest technology, such as the CBDC chip implant, in order to access their bank accounts. So yeah, and we know this thanks to Revelation 13-16, but there's a point that we want to get to right here. At the moment, there's talk about CBDCs being used via phone-based apps like Cash App, probably a number you call in, they send you a digital code, something like online banking. Yes, that is the initial phase. But what was already around 2015 is the ultimate goal, what they really want. Apparently, I was told by a central banker, is CBDC looks like a small grain of rice that they want to put under your skin. And this is that small grain of rice. This is it when you zoom in, but this where it will be placed between the index finger and the thumb. So again, I was told by a central banker, is CBDC looks like a small grain of rice that they want to put under your skin, which is my view a violation of human dignity. Yep, it'll cost you your salvation if you're an Israelite. And they realize there is a hurdle to get people to accept this. Like we said at the beginning of the lesson, most people will tell you, hell no, they're not getting the mark of the beast. But let's imagine you starving, you dehydrated, ain't ate or drank in days. You've been running for your life. You lost everything. You know, people will do anything at that point. So again, they realize it's a hurdle to get people to accept having a RFID microchip implanted in their right hand. So they're using crisis, that's plural, disruption, and unemployment to introduce universal basic income, to soften the public up to accepting a CBDC chip implanted under the skin. So yeah, that's how we bring out Isaiah 29:6, that the earth will be visited of the Lord of hosts by thunder, earthquake, great noise, storm, and tempest, and devouring fire. These are what? These are different crises, meaning plural. These are different disasters, catastrophes, to what? Soften up the public into accepting the CBDC chip, which is the mark of the beast. And then again, Isaiah 19:15, neither shall there be any work for Egypt. Work is what? Employment. You don't work, you don't eat. And they say what? They will use crisis, plural, disruption, and unemployment, the condition of no work, loss of work, to introduce universal basic income, to soften up the public into accepting the CBDC chip. So yeah, that's why all these stores are closing. It's to put the people in the state of need, to put the people in the state of emergency. And when you have unemployment on that kind of level, hey, that's a crisis. Like you got the housing crisis, the employment crisis, all kinds of different crises is going to lead to a disruption in American life, disruption to your flow of money, putting you in a position of need. All right, so we're going to get this next precept. This is Job 16:12. I was at ease, but he hath broken me asunder. He hath also taken me by my neck and shaken me to pieces. And he set me up for his mark. So when it says, so they're using crisis, disruption, and unemployment to soften up the public to accepting the CBDC chip, this is Job 16:12. I was at ease, meaning what? You can do as you please. Your daily routine is not disrupted. American life is not disrupted. Everything is still going as normal for the most part. So right now we all at ease for the most part. I was at ease, but he had broken me asunder. Like when somebody say, you know, my world is falling apart. You know, everything is falling apart. Everything is ruined. Your reality being shattered. That's what it means when it says he had broken me asunder. And what are these people broken up by? The different crises, you know, disruption of American life, disruption of cash flow, and ultimately unemployment. So their world fell apart. And when something is broken, it's softened up. For example, an egg. Once you get that first crack in the egg, when it starts to break, hey, it's softened up. Even the glass window, you know, somewhat hard, but you get that first crack in it, you start getting more cracks. When it starts to break, it's softened up. And then when something breaks, that means something can enter. For example, If your door is broken, things can get through it. If your window is broken, things can get through it. Guess what? If your mind is broken up, Esau's advances could get through it. You know, if you in need, you just want to get back to normal. You know, you feel like you done lost everything. You might be willing to accept the RFID microchip. That's why I also says he have also taken me by my neck and shaken me to pieces and set me up for his mark. So Esau using these different crises and unemployment, no work, no money, to soften the people up into accepting the CBDC chip. That's Esau setting you up for his mark. Because the infrastructure, the hardware is already in place. They already got the digital systems. They already got the digital currency. All they got to do is do a hard reboot through the blackout and put the people in a state of panic, in a state of emergency, when they feel like there's no way out, when you are broken asunder, so that you may open up into accepting the RFID microchip. It's like a man trying to get with a girl after a breakup or after a heartbreak, or she's depressed, she hates life. That's the same tactic Esau is going to use on the people. All right. And they're going to use that to do what? To introduce universal basic income. Universal basic income, we already experienced that. That's what the stimulus checks was. Universal meaning what? Everybody gets it. Income is going to be more like an allowance. Through the CBDC, which will be on an RFID microchip, everybody's going to get the same amount of money, you know, for basic needs and necessities. The first stimulus checks, the first universal basic income, it was a direct deposit or a paper check. Well, the next round of stimulus checks are going to be digital on an RFID microchip, your digital wallet. And we're going to hit now Revelation 13 and 16. And he calls of all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. You see, it says he's going to cause these people, mandate that these people get the RFID microchip. But the thing is, Esau not going to have to convince most people to get this mark. Everybody that's saying hell to the no right now, they're not going to get it. They're going to be saying hell to the yeah, let me get that. You know, once they have everything ripped away from them. And they just want to go back to normal. They just want to get their life back on track. They want to get back everything they had. Yeah, Esau not going to have to trick you. He's not going to have to do too much convincing. I don't even think Esau going to have to force a lot of people. You're going to have your hard-headed, patriotic Americans, and you're going to have the saints who are also hard-headed for Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah. There's going to be a small portion of people who actually resist this. Most people going to get it. You see how excited everybody was over the stimulus checks. That was free money. The universal basic income is going to be free money. That's why it said that they would use different crises and disasters and unemployment to introduce universal basic income. Let's dumb it down some. They will make unemployment. People who are not working have access to income. That's free money. Of course, people gonna get it. And it might be some people who are working and be like, yeah, I can work and get the universal basic income. So people gonna get it. And this is an example of universal basic income. You would get 2,000 euros, or you could say $1,500 into your account every month. People was losing their damn minds over a $1,500 stimulus check, over a $1,200 stimulus check. Now imagine getting that same $1,200, $1,500 every month. So yeah, Esau not going to have to trick the people or force the people or really do too much convincing. People are going to willingly get it. once they in a state of panic, in a state of need, and they see this RFID microchip as being a way out of these different crises and disasters that Esau is going to put them in. And that's why the saying, Esau say, never let a good crisis go to waste. Yeah, because they're going to use these different crises as that opportune moment to introduce you to RFID microchip. So, and again, the different crises, it ranges from natural disasters, hurricanes, forest fires, earthquakes, tornadoes, hurricanes, snowstorms, to cyber attacks. Cyber attack on the water facilities, cyber attack on the internet and cell phone towers, a nationwide blackout, the power going out, running out of gasoline and oil, a famine, the water being shut off, an EMP attack, a solar flare, knocking out all the electrical devices, into something simple as more banks collapsing. Those will be different crises that will lead to unemployment and a perfect opportunity for Esau to hit you with the RFID microchip. So that's it for this lesson here. Till next time, Shalom.